makes perfect sense. Oh, Cully, look down in that canyon there.
Oh, it must be full of gold, silver, uranium. Oh, King, give us that song with all of your pluck, lampooning the things that don't quite add up.
Sure.
They sing the topical verses are sadly behind the times, and the public have not really of American season. They may be right, it may be so, they may have had a day, but I'm gonna try and experiment. It isn't for me to say, it isn't for me to say, it isn't for me to say. I'm going to leave it all up to you. It isn't for me to say. They say that all good citizens should into politics go.